Marconi escapes pressure and throws an interception, and Grayson will return it for a touchdown. We are tied. Rocco Marconi scrambling away from a defender, and Grayson steps in front of the pass and scores. Third down and 5, 1 minute to go in the quarter. Still no Bulldog wideout has caught a pass. Hart is out of the shotgun with Baja to his left, and Hart will hand off on a delay. No, he won't. Sacked in the backfield, Joe Dazzo on a blitz, and he's poking fun at Jasper Hart down on the ground. Joe Dazzo, forget about David Baja, he just creams Jasper Hart. It's another 4th down.
2nd and 9 to the 48. Honolulu just one timeout left. They get the ball, leave with about 30 seconds left. Hand off Parker. Parker's got the first down. Parker! Parker! Back attack! Attack! Down to the 6-yard line. Ball game!
Between arguably the top 2 teams in the league coming up in a couple of weeks. 3rd down and 4. Zuli back to pass. Deep shot to Corky's wide open inside the 15 down to the 11-yard line.
Red Feather's going to have Brewski in the backfield, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end. Red Feather pump fakes once, right-hand side. That's going to be picked off! Picked off by O'Neal. Julius O'Neal with his first interception of the day.
It's panic time now for the Pride. Fishing some throws. That's batted up the air and intercepted. It's taken away and down the sideline goes number 20. Lucius Sanders put it on the board. Touchdown, Cleveland. Oh my goodness.
And here's the counter play to Zulu, and Ogun will go. He's his best run of the day, and Ogun Zulu will go for the touchdown. Wow, what a run by Ogun Zulu.
Unbelievable.
And they're being very precise, like exactly what you wanted them coming out of the half. And Pickler dropping back. He's going to fire deep, and it's going to be caught. And he's at the 30 to the 20 to the 10 and taking it into the end zone. Nick Finch with a huge touchdown, and just wow, what a play from the Gladiators, and the coverage there from the Tyrants. The DB went for the interception, and he came up with error.
1st and 10 from the 21 here. Just over 6 minutes to go in the 3rd. Chicago trying to uppercut this St. Louis Gladiators team and put them on the ropes. King, shotgun snap, moves in the pocket, fires deep down the field, caught at the back line! What a grab, and the first touchdown of Greg Soto's career is a spectacular one.
Greg Soto coming in replacing the retired J.C. Torres. Said, don't worry, Chan. I know you're about to win one.
This will be just under 32 yards for Otis Boudreau. On his left hash, the right footer stands ready. Spot is down. Kick is up. It is good. Otis Boudreau does it again in walk-off fashion. Louisiana taking down Florida 20-19.
They go 4 wide with the tight end split out. Stopped over the middle, throws another interception, and this time it's Jack Brown.
That one's going to the house.
Touchdown at the 36.
They call this, Colin, the law of averages. You know, whenever there's this many interceptions going on in a game, one of them's bound to go back to the house and get some points, right?
Oh my goodness. Now multiple linebackers have an interception, but this time Jack Brown turns around and runs it into the end zone.
And I'll tell you something. Deep drop for Dunhill. He's going to lob it deep. It's going to be caught. No one around him. He's going to be in. Touchdown. Forward Toros. Stephen Hacker does the robot and gets us off flying.
Welcome back to Arizona here in week 4 of the Simulation Football League. The Scorpions return after 2 wins in the snow, but will the warmer weather relax them too much as the Motor City V8s come roaring into town? Good evening, folks, from Fatality Field in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm Tyler Falk, joined alongside here in the booth by Brett Solberg. Brett, we've got a case of Arizona winning 5 straight against the Motor City franchise. It's their first time playing Motor City as Motor City. What are we looking forward to tonight?
You know, it's going to be interesting coming from Motor City's perspective because anytime we see them, they're the most wild card team that we could see out of all the SFL franchises. You never know what you're going to see out of the Motor City V8s, whether it be, you know, the plethora of tight ends that they have 80 plus yards to each of them, or if it's going to be, you know, a big swinging wide receiver battle with Shane Kaufman. So Arizona has to be ready for practically everything that comes Motor City's way. So Arizona's key here is to stay with the Motor City offense and see what they've got for them. Regardless, it's going to be exciting.
I want to remind you that aerial coverage in today's game was provided by Dags Drone Works, aerial photography and videography services for real estate, events, marketing, and more. Learn more at dagsdroneworks.com. It will be Cliff Allen to kick us off tonight as here we go from Fatality Field here in week 4. Return is Guy Clausen, the tight end wide receiver convert, and he gets all the way up the 29-yard line. A decent return for Motor City as they wear some Detroit/St. Louis throwback uniforms tonight, looking pretty snazzy. And out comes Ibrahim Krieta, the quarterback under center, for his first possession under center tonight. One thing Krieta will be looking to do is limit the turnovers. 6 interceptions from a week ago. They start off with a fullback handoff up the middle, and that will work for Bill Cherry through the middle. This tiniest fullback in the league gets a first down.
And here's something that Motor City hasn't utilized enough, I think, in their offense in the form of Bill Cherry. Fullbacks are the thing in the SFL right now. You think of guys like Minnesota's Chris Komisak. You think of Sawyer Stern in Vancouver. They get bunches of feeds, so I think they need to feed Bill Cherry a few more times.
Well, this time they go a different direction. They try and go Christopher Dean, the tailback, and he goes backward a yard. And Motor City going to up the tempo right to start the game. This time they go back to Bill Cherry, and that's nothing doing. Backward again. No gain, they'll call it this time around, and now it's 3rd and long.
Yeah, this ain't the formation to go hurry up, and they better switch to pass here on 3rd.
Well, they do. Pass over the middle into coverage, bobbled and knocked aside by J.R. Lawless, the right outside linebacker. And Motor City sent back to the sideline on 3 plays.
Yeah, and here's the thing about Motor City is that they're going to change the tempo at any point that they want in this game. That hurry-up style is going to come at any moment, and they did so 30 seconds into this game, and quickly they get a 3-and-out in this. So Arizona did a great job adjusting through after that first down allowance to get that stop.
4 plays after Bill Cherry got a good gain of 11 to begin the drive, but then stalled almost immediately. Fair catch called for at the Arizona 26, hauled in by Ryan Owens. And now we'll see the Arizona offense take to the field for the first time, led out by their quarterback, Ashley Jackson.
Yeah, and now we will know what we're going to see out of Arizona. It's going to be a 2-to-1 ratio from pass to run here. Ashley Jackson has, middle-of-the-road attempts down in this league right now, only 110 attempts, but she has been accurate so far. 7th in the league with 76.4% completion percentage.
Bill Story is the halfback. DJ Moses, 5 rushing touchdowns, leads the league, and he gets the swing pass here. Nice little spoon move, and he'll pick up 9 yards for the 36-yard line as we introduce you to the rest of the Arizona offense. Ashley Jackson, of course, the quarterback, with DJ Moses at tailback. Justin Williams is the fullback. TJ Punk, Ryan Owens, and Connor Weston are the wideouts, with EJ DeQ, Patrick Kelly, and Lennox Lewis on the line. And up the middle, and Moses fights forward for an extra couple of yards to move the chains.
Yeah, and this is the trend-setting Arizona offense that we like to see. the DJ Moses touches early on to see what kind of gauge the Scorpions could get out of an opposing team's defense. And it's a good start so far. 9 yards on first down, then get a couple to get a quick set of chains moved.
Out here in I formation. Run up the middle for Moses. Moses taken down after a pickup of 5 as the run game starts to get going as we introduce you to the Motor City defense. Doug Howard, Mike Ballot, Nick Brummer, and Dakota Butts are the linemen with Sabo Cannon, Rodney Panani, and Matthew Holford on linebacker. Mark Kaufman and King Rashid are the corners with David Leathers and Kane Vasquez at safety. Pass near side for Moses, nothing doing as Mark Kaufman got there in a hurry.
And here's the thing about Motor City's defense. They're one of the best passing defenses in this league. They've limited quarterbacks to under 250 yards through this first quarter of the season. That's best for 5th in this league. So right now, they need to start limiting on the one thing that they have been the worst at, third down allowances. They're at 79% the opposing team has gotten first downs from in third.
A dismal showing so far this season. We'll see if that changes here tonight. Jackson under pressure launches one into triple coverage, and King Rashid denies Ashley Jackson a neat bomb, and Motor City's defense stops someone on third down.
Yeah, that's a very dangerous pass from Jackson as well, as that ball was in the air. You saw it right there. 3 defenders in the vicinity of that football thrown, and King Rashid almost got his league-leading 7th interception this season. So close to it.
Dangerous pass leads to our second punt of the ball game. This time it's Glass Jaw. Sends this one on its way. Fair catch called for by Clausen, and he will haul it in without any trouble at the 25-yard line, and that'll give us an opportunity to introduce you to the rest of that Motor City offense. We talked about Create at quarterback, Christopher Dean tailback, and Bill Cherry the fullback. Shane Kaufman, Guy Clausen, and Orain Darby are the wideouts, with the McMillan Moving Company up front. Dill, Bill, Gil, Phil, and Will all on the line. And of course, they have a trio of tight ends, Phil Koss, Azami Mihara, and Julian Gustams. And up the middle this time goes to Dean. Dean getting only 3, and they're back in the hurry up for the second drive of the ball game.
And again, it's split backs.
Look to pass this time. Creata looking for something over the middle, knocked aside. That by Lawless, his second deflection in the ball game, and they're going to look to throw again. They might send a corner blitz, but they back off. Creata into coverage again. Lawless, third deflection, and it's a 3 and out. I think Motor City has become way too aggressive early on in this football game.
It's just too anxious, I feel, from this Motor City offense. Like on that incompletion, you should have just changed formations, in my honest opinion. That split backs with the 2 receivers on the left is becoming too predictable for Arizona's defense to guess, and that's forced them to only get 3 yards on 3 plays in what felt like 3 seconds.
So quickly, John Pickles comes out for his second punt of the ball game. This time, Owens will elect to return, but can get nowhere, only back up to the 41-yard line. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Strong eye form here for the Scorpions here in the first play of the drive. It gets out Jay Moses, who gets a run up the gut. That picks up 4.
Yeah, we're going to see a considerably slow kind of approach to Arizona here. They love to get that dominance in time possession, and feels like Motor City's kind of handing that on a silver platter for them right now. But for the key for Arizona here, they need to convert, more than just 1 first down in a drive here after their first drive kind of spiraled down.
Information this time, they stretch it out with Moses, who gets out of a tackle and picks up first down yardage.
Yeah, and here's the thing that I have seen recently over the last couple seasons of the SFL is that stretch play either side, I think it's been underutilized in this league. So many times we have seen running backs get open so often on those stretch runs because of just great blocking from the offensive lines that teams like Baltimore, Arizona's done this a couple times through the last couple seasons. I think of a team like Denver, they've done it pretty well with Bailey O'Shaughnessy beforehand to get those stretch runs to get runs. I would like to see that more often.
Quick drop pressure coming. Jackson hit hard, and down she goes for a loss of 4. Untouched was a linebacker, Matthew Holford.
Yeah, and get this. That's only Ashley Jackson's second sack this season. The offensive line has done a fantastic job throughout the first quarter of this season in protecting Jackson and giving her much opportunity to sling that rock as much as possible. But there was zero time in that pocket for Jackson to really set anything up. I don't think she saw receivers before she got demolished.
That was Holford's first tackle for loss and first sack on the season. Good time to send the outside linebacker blitz. Sets up second and long, but they get it all back and more. TJ Punk uncovered behind the defense. Gets a huge chunk of yards to the 29.
Yeah, and it felt like Punk just sneaked right behind the secondary on that route to get himself open. Because you can see, three defensive players that were right in front of the football as it was being thrown, but only one person could catch that, and that was TJ Punk, who seems like the best in the world this season.
Punk 16 receptions, 245 yards, and a pair of TDs coming into today's ball game. He will exit the field here on this first down play. Jackson over the middle and just a little too high for her intended target. I think that was Connor Weston in the vicinity.
Yeah, and that is Jackson's second favorite target out of the wide receiver group. You talk about TJ Punk, having a great season so far, but Connor Weston not too far behind, just 19 yards separates him and Punk in terms of just yardage alone.
Two tight end set here. Here is Jackson stands alone in the gun again on second down. Moses nowhere to be seen. Another floater into quadruple coverage. Rolls off the back of Kane Vasquez, the strong safety that falls to the turf harmlessly.
And what Motor City does really well defensively is that they kind of lure quarterbacks into thinking they have that open pass. And you'll see a bunch of defenders kind of in the area of the football. And again, you'll see the 4 players that are just in that area, and they'll do whatever it takes to grab that interception or get a pass deflection to shake any momentum off a quarterback.
Holford in on the flexion that sets up this third down, and for the third straight play, not a running back in sight. Trips off to Ashley Jackson's left in a solo wideout, that being Connor Weston off to the right. Jackson has time over the middle. It is off the hands of a wide open Will Todd. How often do you see that?
Yeah, and that's a tight end getting open in Will Todd down the middle of the field. We see that happen, a few times in this league, but not that wide open. Those are opportunities that you have to catch that football, and you have to think to yourself, you might have prevented 6 points on the board from Arizona and just getting 3 now.
And so out comes Cliff Allen to attempt this long field goal, a 46-yarder from the left hash. Snap spot, kick is on its way. It has plenty of distance, and it has the accuracy. Arizona put the first points up on the board. It is 3-0.
Yeah, it's a consolation prize, as you can say, from Cliff Allen, who's a guy that kicked from 56 in a semifinal game to send Arizona to the championship. So this is, it feels like just a cakewalk from 46 for him.
Here's Cliff Allen to get us rolling once more. Kick is underway for Guy Clausen, about 2 yards outside of his own end zone. Looking for blocks to the left-hand side. Gets out of a tackle and down to the 30-yard line. Time now for Motor City's offense to start another drive, hoping to maybe string together some consistency and maybe forgo the hurry-up offense.
Yeah, when you're looking at, Motor City's first two drives, they have a combined 1 minute and 24 seconds on two drives. That's not going to cut it in this league.
And off left side, nothing doing. Christopher Dean goes down in a heap at the line of scrimmage, and finally, Motor City will elect to maybe rethink some things. Their first time not going in the hurry up.
Yeah, and it feels like, since that first run play from Bill Cherry to get that quick first down for Motor City, Arizona has shut down the run game entirely for Motor City. Christopher Dean has had a tough time so far.
Split backfield with three wide receivers here for the Gladiators / V8s. It's in their throwback Gladiators / Lions. I think it was Gladiators at Lions throwback uniforms was said in chat. Bill Cherry, the fullback, with a good gain.
Yeah, and I think what Motor City needs to do if they're going to do the fullback handoff is have a quick handoff happen so that the defense isn't ready for when that football is exchanged between quarterback and running back so that they can get an open lane for big yardage. We've seen that now twice.
Third and short now. Two wideouts, two men in the backfield. Handoff for Christopher Dean, going nowhere as Eddie Gage comes out of the defensive backfield to make the stop behind the line. And again, Motor City will have to punt.
Yeah, the V8s have just been stifled by this Arizona rushing defense right now. That's basically eliminated any opportunity for Motor City to get first downs. And if you can't get first downs, you're going to get nowhere, as you've seen right here.
4th and 2. John Pickles has been busy already in this first quarter as he gets his next punt away. Ryan Owens trying to make a return, gets only to his 34-yard line, and so a very slow start to the ball game for both sides. Motor City allowed Arizona to come down the field and score a field goal. That's the difference in what has been a very fast-moving first quarter.
Yeah, and how often do you see, teams in the first quarter get 3 chances with the football each? This will be Arizona's 3rd drive, and this will be the 6th drive total in this game.
And Moses, barreling his way through the offensive line, can only get a yard as Nick Brummer brings him down after a gain of 1.
Yeah, and it looks like both teams have kind of keyed in on that rushing game to really stop, because DJ Moses is an X factor for the Scorpions, and Motor City loves to kind of switch things up after games of Creata throwing 50 plus times to throw it to the running backs instead. So both teams doing well on the rushing game.
Motor City sent for Jackson into coverage, bobbled and dropped again. David Leathers combining with King Rashid to knock that ball to the turf.
Yeah, and Motor City, they've done it twice now. They have recognized where the deep pass is going and have stopped it with nice pass deflections near interceptions. So as much as we have, doubted in certain aspects of Motor City's game, they have come ready in this first quarter.
5 wide here on 3rd and 9. Jackson looking to the air on 3rd down. That one nearly picked off again. And it is going to be a 3-and-out for Arizona. It's a matter of speaking. Which team wants it more, partner? Too many 3-and-outs.
Yeah, and here's the big thing. Combined 0 for 6 on 3rd down conversions between these two teams. They can't seem to catch a break on 3rd down right now. These defenses have stepped up in a big way. This loves in terms of a defensive game, but I think he would love to have more points on the board for his team.
Up comes Glassjaw for his 2nd punt of the ball game. Take a look at the offensive numbers. The lack of offensive production so far in this half. Lawson gets up to the 34-yard line. 2:33 to go here in the first quarter. 7th drive of the ball game.
Normally when we see that 46, sometimes we think of that as just, an average drive, but we're talking about an entire first quarter for a team right now. 19 yards, none of them passing yards for Motor City. They need to get their passing game going if they want to get into this game.
Create a 0-3 to begin the ball game. This one, his first completion, turning upfield and getting extra yards and breaking off tackles. Still going and finally pushed out Arizona 35-yard line is Phil Koss.
Yeah, and this is probably one of my most favorite plays that Motor City likes to run because they use their one tight end as kind of like this outside receiver on the right side when you have trips to the left, your main three receivers to left. So you have that unsuspecting tight end getting, that option, a quick out route, and they always seem to be open and get huge gains. That's 29 yards from Phil Koss.
Breda goes back under center. Split backfield behind him. Handoff gets crunched. Dean goes nowhere. Great tackle. Up the middle, nothing doing. Alex Constantine, the constant force on the defensive line.
Yeah, and it seems like it's not only the linebacking core and the safeties, more specifically Eddie Gage, being ready for the run game. It's that defensive line, too. You might think of them, as one of the big Sac City places in this league, but no, they can get to the running game, too.
Bill Cherry gets the call up the gut, gets the lost yardage and a couple extra. 33-yard line is the end mark for Cherry, and it's 3rd and 8.
Yeah, and here's another big test for Arizona here. Another 3rd down. Motor City has stifled you a little bit here, but you did get Arizona has kind of stifled you here, but you did get a big 1st down from your tight end. Let's see if you can get another one here.
5 wide receivers, create a look into the air. That is caught. 1st down, Motor City. And that is Guy Klassen hauling in the catch and moving the chains for the V8 1st down.
Yeah, and here's a guy that, when he played tight end last season, he looked all the parts of a star wide receiver for Motor City. So it felt like there was no doubt he would switch to wide receiver this season, and he's reaping the benefits.
9 men in the box here for Arizona as they go up the gut with Christopher Dean. He picks up 5.
Yeah, that's Dean's biggest run of this day so far, as he's been stifled, hadn't had a longer run than 3 yards, and he gets 5 out of this one to open up this playbook for the first time in a while here for Motor City.
Other heavy set for the V8's offense from the 18-yard line. Handoff, nothing doing. Bill Cherry with the call. Backwards he goes for a yard, and it's 3rd down.
And again, it's that Arizona defensive line being ready for the run game and getting straight to whoever's carrying that football. Again, great job by the defensive line to get a stop this time and force a 3rd down.
Motor City content to let the clock wind down here on the 1st quarter, and so we'll take a short break. It's the Scorpions 3, V8s nothing here from Vitality Field in Arizona. You're watching Week 4 of the SFL on YouTube. Quarter number 2 set to get underway from Vitality Field. Tyler Falk alongside Brett Solberg. Happy to have your company here this Sunday evening. Arizona send the blitz pass over the middle. Is caught inside the 5. Down to the 3 goes Orain Darty, and it's 1st and goal.
Yeah, now it feels like for the first time in this game, this drive has just, paid dividends just for the patience, just a change of pace for Motor City to recognize that maybe slowing things down is going to help things out for them, and it has. It's gotten them to a 1st and goal situation for the first time in this game for both teams. So Motor City wants to capitalize on this opportunity here.
A solid drive here for the V8s. Play number 8 coming up. Passing play, swing pass near side. Christopher Dean, nothing doing. Gain of nothing as Nathaniel Diggs gets to Christopher Dean.
And yeah, that was just a big adjustment from Arizona there, as they put a lot of pressure on that offensive line to start things off. And once they saw that swing pass starting to formulate there, they had 2 defenders in the vicinity. Great job.
And off up the middle, Christopher Dean, touchdown! Motor City, Christopher Dean gets the V8s in, and they take the lead.
Yeah, and that's huge for Motor City, and that was a great work of athleticism from Christopher Dean, because that is just slithering your way past a whole bevy of defenders to get to the end zone. And we hadn't seen that all game so far from him. So seeing that activity finally paying off here, Motor City gets the first touchdown of this game, and more importantly, they take the lead.
Christopher Dean's 2nd touchdown on the ground this season, 3rd in his career. And now the V8s will try and tack home the extra point. Caleb Richards, second gear kicker, kicks it through the uprights, and good. It is 7-3 Motor City. Liking the game so far? Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. Thank you for helping the SFL reach 10 years of operation through your viewership. Comes Owens on the return. He's blasted at the 22-yard line, stopping any more momentum he would have had. And now it's the Scorpions' turn on offense, down on the scoreboard for the first time tonight.
Yeah, and now it's Arizona's turn, kind of maybe step up the heat a little bit here. We saw Jackson throw some deep routes just to kind of test Motor City's defense. Maybe time to shake things up a little bit here. Short, medium passes, a few runs here and there too.
Offset eye behind Jackson. They will go to Moses, who tries to stretch it out near side, gets away from one. Still breaking tackles is Moses. An electrifying 9-yard pickup for DJ.
Yeah, and that's just, what we've seen from DJ Moses throughout his career, just the ability to elude defenders, whether by the spin move or, being a stick of butter, just being unable to be caught by opposing defenses to get those 9 yards. Great work.
They'll flip the formation. Maybe run it back. You never know. And they go the fullback this time through the middle. Justin Williams out of a couple tackles, and Williams gets it to the 48-yard line.
Man, how quick that handoff was to the fullback, Justin Williams. It didn't feel like Jackson had the ball in her hands for too long, and Motor City was just definitely not ready for a fullback dive on a 2nd and 1. And it resulted in a huge gain from him and great territory gained from the Scorpions.
2 chunk plays, all totaling a gain of 26 over the 2 plays. Can they add on to it? No, not this time. Moses tackled at the line of scrimmage by Nick Brummer.
Yeah, and now Motor City's probably keying in on Moses throughout the rest of this drive, knowing that he's, starting to get a little bit hotter here. So you got to be careful. If DJ Moses gets hot, he could get himself 30, 40, 50-yard runs. In this case, it's only 53 to the end zone, so you always got to be careful at any point of the field.
Wrong eye here for Arizona. Flipped it left, looking for the fullback, Williams, but just a little miscommunication from quarterback to fullback, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, and it didn't look like Williams was really looking at the football as it was being thrown at all. So it almost felt like he was blindly trying to catch it, which is, most of the time isn't going to work unless, telekinesis is involved. I'm not sure if the SFL deals in the supernatural.
4 wide receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the left here on 3rd and 10. Jackson loads and fires. That one is finally picked up. Going the other way. It's a big return for King Rashid. The league's leader in interceptions picks up his 8th.
And we've seen it throughout the first quarter why King Rashid has been the league leader in interceptions coming into this week. He just identifies where receivers are going to go. In this case, it was an out and in from Connor Weston, and Rashid just, stayed in place, kept his eyes on the football throughout, making sure that he was in the vicinity, had his hands up in the right time, and grabbed it for a key interception just when he thought Arizona was starting to gain some momentum. King Rashid takes it away from.
And it's actually 7th, not 8th. I'm trying to king him just a little bit too soon in the ball game. As now a blitz coming, hit as he fires that one nearly caught. Excellent play from Creative to try and get that out to Shane Kaufman, and we'll shoot it back to SFL headquarters, who's got a break from the game with Seattle.
Thank you, Tyler. On a kickoff return following a Seattle field goal, Shea Carroll takes it 93 yards to the house. Previous to this play, LA had no yards of total offense, and their defense just got an interception. 10-7, Seattle on top in a wild game in the first quarter. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Cam. Christopher Dean going nowhere here as Nathaniel Diggs reintroduces himself.
Yeah, now it's, forcing Motor City into another third down situation here where they need to throw a big one out of this. And this is the right plan here. They've got 5 receivers on an empty set. This could be a good decision.
Looking to throw is Creator. Deep ball right side. That gets behind Eddie Gage and Parker Thomas. Orain Darby inside the 25.
And not often do we see Ibrahim Creator have these fantastic throws in the air, but that is one for the history books right there. Not a fantastically perfect throw in terms of spiral, but it went to the right place and to one guy who could catch it, and that was Orain Darby. What a way to flip the field and basically almost get into red zone territory.
So they'll keep the gun going. 4 wideouts. Creator alone as there is 9 men on the line. The defense, Creator going nowhere this time. It's Sean Moore with the 8-yard sack.
Yeah, and it felt like Arizona was anticipating another shotgun formation from Motor City. So they brought 7 to the box, and the defensive line did their part, getting to Creator basically immediately. No time for his receivers to get open there.
After the huge loss, Motor City on their heels. They go to the ground this time. Dean to the right side. Picks up 6 yards all told to the 24-yard line.
Yeah, and it kind of covers the wound of the 8-yard sack before, but this is 3rd and 12. It's a tough situation. I feel like it's either pass or nothing at this point for Creator, so he's got to be ready to pull some magic with a deep throw again.
Only 3 wide receivers as Creator goes under center here on 3rd and long. Over the middle, wide open, but dropped. Crucially, Darby couldn't hold on. 4th down.
That's a tough drop as well because it was a clear open shot, a clear first down. And, you know, maybe it was the fear of seeing a guy like Eddie Gage who can scare you from just saying, you know, the words Arizona, I love y'all. And he might be loving Orain Darby a little bit too much to pop that football loose.
On comes Caleb Richards to try this 41-yard kick from the right hash. High snap is corralled. Kick is up, and it is good from 41. And it's out now, the lead to 7 points, 10-3. The Eights with the lead. Impact Monday this week heads to Portland, where the surprising and winless Florida Storm are desperate for a win against the Fleet, sailing on a high after their win in LA last weekend. Join Cameron Irvine and Paul Sarp for this week in the SFL pregame at EVO 9X Stadium for the call. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on SFL YouTube. Caleb Richards gets us going once more, and now it's Arizona's time to return the football. Ryan Owens on the return, trying to stretch it near side, can only get to the 21-yard line. And partner, this is quite surprising. Not the game that us or Jack's Data had predicted, putting Arizona 11.5 points as favorites over the Eights.
Yeah, and right now it's just Motor City stepping up defensively in key moments, you know, stopping them on crucial 3rd downs. The King Rashid interception, and now Ashley Jackson going full gun set with full receivers.
No backs in the backfield here to begin the drive. Jackson looking on their side. That's taken away, and it goes from bad to worse for the Scorpions. Huge pick from Kane Vasquez.
Yeah, and what Ashley Jackson has done throughout this, you know, last couple of games or so has done really well in protecting that football and not throwing, you know, these careless interceptions. And that one I felt was a little bit more careless than the King Rashid one this time. And very quickly, 7th interception of the season for Ashley Jackson. And again, puts Motor City right in the red zone. So quickly, Motor City could score some points here.
Will they be able to turn the turnover into points? We're about to find out. Split backfield behind Creator. Here to begin the drive, handoff Christopher Dean, taken down by Hunter Norwood after a gain of 1. And Motor City's drive begins like that.
Yeah, and it just feels like that split back formation has been either a 9-yard run from the fullback Bill Cherry, or it's been very little if at all. So it's not really working to dividends as much as Motor City wanted it to be.
Quick drop, Creata over the middle, deflected, still bobbling, and caught by the V8s. There's Orain Darby, who hauls in, makes up for his blushes a drive ago, and picks up a couple yards.
Yeah, that was the picture-perfect game of hot potato displayed by Motor City, just waiting for the perfect time on that one. 3 defenders, and Arizona couldn't manage to get the football, but here comes Orain Darby just sliding in. Let me grab that 6 yards real quick here.
The old Rick meter and momentum firmly in favor of the V8s at the moment. Handoff through the middle goes Christopher Dean. That'll get the V8s another first down.
Yeah, and the second time in this game, Motor City has gotten to a first and goal situation where Arizona has had none yet. So Motor City figuring out this game so far, getting them inside the 10 again, and this is a great opportunity for them to extend this lead.
Line eye, handoff, Dean through the middle, trying to fight off David Till. He cannot, will succumb to the tackle at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, and it's really pushed Arizona to its brink at this stage of the first half. I don't think anyone was anticipating Motor City to be, this great defensively against an Arizona team that has felt unstoppable at moments just through the first 3 games of the season.
Roll power football on display here. Second and goal. Goal line I, goal line D. Hand up. Dean! Turned over like a flapjack. Tilly and us. Stop again.
Yeah, man, and David Tilley is a man on a mission right now. He might be the main guy keying on Christopher Dean right now and saying, if you want to get in this end zone again, you got to get through me, the brick wall known as David Tilley. My God, what a push tackle.
Punch set right side, pressure coming, pass one-handed catch, and a touchdown for the VA. Holy cow! Bill Koss picks up the touchdown, and there's bedlam in Arizona.
Man, just a quick slants as well, and you were going to be guarded by either a corner or in safety. This time, it was against Eddie Gage. You've got the height advantage, and you know what? Why not add a little bit of pizzazz on the catch as well? You don't need 2 hands. Let's get 1 instead and still cross the goal line. Motor City scores another. Could you have imagined 16-3 here in this second quarter?
Who predicted this besides the Motor City faithful? On comes Caleb Richards to attack home the extra point. Snap, spot kick is up. It's good. 17-3 V8s roaring to life in the desert.
Man, it feels like Motor City has had, despite the rocky start to this game, afterwards have had picture-perfect drives resulting in scores. This has been amazing.
That drive, a very short drive, but it matters all the same. 6 plays, 15 yards, culminating with that spectacular Bill Koss touchdown. And now Ryan Owens on the return can only get to the 24, and this is becoming a very, very different ball game than what we were imagining. 3 drives for Motor City in the second quarter, 3 scores. Arizona, 2 interceptions.
You know what? The weirdest thing for me, Tyler, is if you look at our stat sheet right now, Ashley Jackson is 3 of 12. How often have we seen that in her career?
This is unprecedented. This is remarkable. It goes to the defense for Motor City. Deep pass. Oh! There's something to say about it. Down the sideline. Here he goes.
Forget it.
Just like that, Connor Weston throws the script out the window. Here we go, Arizona.
Forget about how many completions you need to get a touchdown. Jackson just says, you know what? You're talking about my completion percentage right now? I'll give you one better on this drive. 1 for 1. What's that math for you, Solberg? 100%. Connor Weston, all he needed to do was just get open on a 15-yard corner route to the sidelines, and he does just that. Perfect play from Arizona to get back in this game.
And just like that, Arizona has said, game on, folks. We've got a ball game, and it's only a 1-score game as here comes Cliff Allen on that 1-play drive. I don't really need a whole lot of recap. 1 play, 76-yard Connor Weston goal route. And just like that, it's going to be a 7-point ball game if Allen cannot home the extra point. Snap spot, and he does. 17-10, Scorpions right back in it.
Man, and
go ahead, partner.
It feels like Arizona's finally defrosted themselves after a 2-week road trip in the snow. Finally getting home. They thawed out, Tyler. Thank the Lord.
Just a little bit. They were spectacular in the snow the last couple of weeks, but I prefaced the ball game with them if they would be a little rusty coming off of the snow and maybe a little bit too relaxed. And what do you know? They have to try and come back their way in this one. Guy Clausen to the 25-yard line on the return. Miss any SFL action? Want to fast forward your SFL experience? Check out highlights of SFL games on the SFL YouTube channel and on Highlight Nation provided by Victor's Valiant, YouTube's premier sports highlight maker. Subscribe to Highlight Nation, Victor's Valiant on YouTube for all your college football and basketball highlight needs. And why am I mentioning that? Because I am certain that we'll see the last 2 touchdown passes on that highlight reel as the run up the gut for Dean, or check that, not even Dean, it's Bill Cherry who gets the call this time, 5 yards.
Yeah, it's been a good job for Motor Cities to balance both Christopher Dean and Bill Cherry's touches in this game. It's not like Bill Cherry has been forgotten. Despite Christopher Dean's 14 runs on the ground, Bill Cherry's got 5 of his own. That's a good balance.
Great, I'm going to look over the middle. That one is caught by Bill Cherry. The tiny guy getting up there to get the catch over Sean Moore.
Man, you know, it's tough as a fullback to sometimes be that receiving option. You only see a couple in this league be so great at that. But, you know, sometimes being the littlest guy on the field can reap the benefits, as you've seen from that catch from Cherry.
For wideouts on 1st and 10, quick drops, sidearm sling to the right. There's Christopher Dean on the catch, but down he goes, taken down by Parker Thomas and J.R. Lawless, and we see the hurry up once more here for the Motor City V8s. Back to throw again is Creata, looking near side, bobbled, nearly taken away by Everett Garrison, and it's 3rd down.
Man, there go quickly, hurry up again here. I don't mind this formation though, because I've got the trips to the right.
And blitz, and here comes the V8s. They will get the 1st down. Really close spot, but they'll give it to Motor City, and that'll move the chains. But Eddie Gage
perfect
says,
call
this time, and he's calling the challenge to not only halt the hurry up, but to get potentially the right call on the field.
And here I was thinking Motor City went on the hurry up specifically so that head coach Eddie Gage would not be ready to throw that flag down, because I don't think Phil Koss got that 1st down as much as he willed it through. It's all about the placement of this football here. It flirted on that line for so long. I think we're looking at 3rd and inches here.
4th and inches, partner, R62.
After review, the call on the field is overturned.
And it will be short of the line to gain. Arizona will not be charged a timeout. 4th and inches now for the V8s.
Yeah, and we saw it on the replay there. Probably the closest, as close you can get on that catch there to get a 1st down, but it doesn't work. Like, look at the line. You hardly see any blue behind the yellow there.
Saw one fake punt earlier this week. We're going to see another one. Back to pass is John Pickles. Plenty of time, but it runs out on him. And he goes backward all the way to the 35-yard line, and it's 2 for 2 on fake punts this weekend.
Man, it's just, I admire the effort from Motor City here and the open option, but the thing about punters is that sometimes they don't have the best arms. So, you know, I appreciate the effort, but I don't think it was the right time for a fake punt. Now it's given Arizona great field position here.
First and 10, they go up the gut here with a fullback dive. Only 2 yards to gain is Justin Williams, gets to the 33, and that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning here from Fatality Field. Arizona with the football. Can they tie the football game up before the half? We'll find out. You're watching the SFL on YouTube. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Arizona in excellent field position after that fake punt fiasco. 2nd and 8 for Arizona on Motor City's 33. Moses, left side. He gets sent back in time after picking up about 5 yards.
Yeah, and you can see right there, as a result of that fake punt not working out, immediately 2 plays in Arizona is practically in Cliff Allen range. So even if they don't get this first down, they can still get some points out of this.
3rd and short. Go with a stretch play near side. Moses, first down and more. Got a block out of a tackle at the 18. He's down to the 13-yard line. A clutch tackle from Sabo Cannon, but it will be 1st and 10 from the red zone.
Yeah, and you have to think from Arizona's perspective, they are going to use the full 2 minutes on this clock to get themselves tied in this game. They can head to the locker room with the score reset mentality 0-0 at halftime.
5-step drop, back in the end zone, wide open is TJ Park, and we are a point away from being tied up again.
Man, and that's just poor play call from the Motor City defense, going with the flats cover and having nobody cover the deep end zone, and that is the risk that sometimes does not pay off. You can see right there, nobody within a 20-mile radius of TJ Punk. The easiest of easy touchdowns here for Arizona. An extra point away to tie this up. Forget about time. They're going to get that score.
It's all of a sudden the Rick meter has just all of a sudden gone haywire, and the momentum meter went from fully in Detroit Motor City's hands to just complete chaos. We have chaos in Arizona, and it's in a tie ball game with 1:03 to go in the first half.
I got a question. Has the Rick meter ever been broken before? Because it feels like we're on the pace to break that damn thing.
Well, it's survived for so long in the SFL. I'm surprised it hasn't gone into the garage for at least some minor repairs. That's the one thing we like about the Rick meter. It stays true to wherever the Rick meter is saying it'll be true for. As on the return comes Guy Klussen from about his own 1-yard line. Taking it near side. He is taken down at his own 28. Under a minute to go. Can Motor City all of a sudden come and make a better offensive possession than what they had earlier in this quarter, partner? 3 straight scoring drives, and all of a sudden, just ultimately wackiness. Chaos.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for Motor City because it's 58 seconds left. Do they want to push this to try to get the lead back?
Oh, good run from Bill Cherry. Almost broke it wide open if it hadn't been for Iverson Gamble. 9-yard pickup, and they're back into the hurry up. And
We're
this
gonna
heavy
run.
set
It's just a lot of runs.
will be a pass this time. Right side, that's caught. A dangerous pass for Phil Haas. No, check that. That is the fullback Bill Cherry for the first down. They call timeout gracefully.
Respectfully, Tyler, I don't think that was a dangerous pass because Eddie Gage was on that coverage there. We know his history of pick sixes, so we know for sure that wasn't going to happen.
Partner,
Sorry, Eddie. Eddie,
you
I love you.
realize whose box we're sitting in. You realize
I know.
whose stadium we're sitting in. Create a wobbler over the middle. Caught, first down and more. Inside the 30-yard line. Go Shane Kaufman of Arizona. And just like that, Motor City in field goal range.
Okay, I've got a follow-up question for you, Tyler. Does Ibrahim Creata think that he's, playing in 80 Gage's stadium right now? Because he has been out of his mind over the last, I would say, 13 minutes of this game. He has just been a deadly accurate quarterback, probably playing the role of Ashley Jackson right now with how accurate he has been over the last, I would say, 5 or 6 minutes, getting to these wide receivers. Just fantastic change of effect from Motor City to be such a lethal offense in this first half.
Last 3 drives, he is right now 7 of 8. Creata pumps once, looks right side. That is caught. Turning up field of rain. Darby first down inside the 20 down to the 15.
Man, and have they capitalized this time management right now? 28 seconds used here, and they've got themselves to the 15-yard line and still have half a minute to go to get some points on the board. They could slow things down and just settle for a field goal if they want, but if I'm in the minds of that Motor City coaching staff, I'm thinking touchdown.
Split backfield here on 1st and 10, 30 seconds to go. Create under pressure. Hunter Norwood says hello alongside David Tilley. They combine for the sack. That sends Motor City back 4 yards. Create hurries his men back to the line and spikes the football with 18 seconds to go.
Yeah, that's a tough formation with the split backs. You don't have a lot of help on that offensive line. There was maybe one tight end there as well. Just it's not good enough protection on a 3-step drop for Creata. So it was a good choice on that 2nd down to spike the football and change things up. There we go. 5 receivers, empty set shotgun.
They want to look for it all here on 3rd down. Trying to get to the end zone from the 20-yard line. Creata passes, corner route. That is packed to the end zone. Garrison denies Motor City points before the half.
Man, and Motor City was looking to get points to get this lead back, but through the power of the hands of Everett Garrison to just be right by his opposing offensive receiver, it was just enough to grab an interception. No points for you, Motor City. 14 seconds left in this half. Arizona may be just wanting to run this clock down because they're going to get the ball back in the second half.
The first interception of the ball game comes at the worst possible time for the V8s as Jackson looks to throw, and down she goes. She'll go down for a loss of 3, and that will close out the first half with that sack from Dakota Butts. 17 apiece at halftime, and oh boy, we have a game here in Arizona.
Man, and I'm going to go to one place in the Discord chat. If anyone wants to join the Discord, check out the Simulation Football website, and you'll come to see it. The one thing I want to see here is the counting, the who you gots there between Motor City and Arizona. I don't think there was a lot of people in favor of the V8s. Let's take a look here. Votes were 138 to 24. It was a big lopsided for Arizona. I don't think anyone was expecting a wild, cataclysmic, insane, bizarro world 17 apiece game. It has been fantastic from first to second quarter here, Tyler. There's just so much to go through. I don't know where to start.
It's the largest gap in who you got this week. The lowest amount of votes and the highest amount of votes going at it tonight, and it's been spectacular. Couple of clutch interceptions from both clubs. Everett Garrison on the most recent one, but King Rashid picks up interception number 7, league leading. And all of a sudden, in that second quarter, we saw Motor City edge out the lead to 17 to 3. And then just after a couple of crucial plays, including a one-play drive to Connor Weston for 76-yard touchdown, and a fake punt fiasco goes the way of Arizona. Arizona tied up on the ensuing possession. And now we're wondering, partner, what exactly is going to happen in the second quarter? We've seen practically everything tonight.
And it feels like the only thing we're missing is, the actual dog running down the field from the V8's logo from this one. It's just been absolutely wild. We don't know where this game is going to head into. This is like one of those thriller books that you find in the library in high school that you pick out of a whim. You open up the pages and it just becomes, memorable moment after memorable moment. This has been spectacular. I've never called a game like this in any fashion ever. I'm just amazed at how we are at this stage right now, just at halftime. Just the plays that have transpired, the flip-flop of what feels like one quarterback should be the other and the other quarterback should be the other. It's wild, Tyler, and I can't wait for the second half to start.
So hold on to your seats, everybody. We've got a spectacular game going on as we close out week 4 of the SFL. Tyler Falk and my partner Brett Killian Here bringing you tonight's game. Of course, want to thank our statisticians, Axel Raven and Ron Haynes, and the producer, Cameron Irvine, as getting a decent return. Best return of the night for Ryan Owens. He gets to this 30-yard line to begin matters here in the second half.
The goal here for Arizona is to get back to their kind of game. Get DJ Moses involved, get him involved in big runs, and then pepper in Ashley Jackson every now and again to her favorite receivers. And that's what Arizona wants here. And Motor City has, changed the perspective of this game huge to the point where it feels like even though Ashley Jackson has one touchdown, it's been widely inaccurate.
It's coming, pass near side off the shoulder pad of Nicholas Warner. Incomplete.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those cases where it's just very fortunate from Nicholas Warner just to be in the vicinity of that football. I don't think he had eyes on it entirely, which resulted in that football basically hitting his shoulder pad at this point. 2nd and 10.
After passing, they might go a more traditional running play as they come out here in the goal line on. 5-step drop, swing pass right side for Moses. Moses hit hard by Rashid. Goes backwards 2 yards.
Yeah, and Rashid has been all over the place. He's got an assisted tackle. Now he's got a TFL, a pass deflection, and an interception. I believe that would be called a quadruple single in this league.
Now Zona is going to spread the field 4 wide receivers with trips off to Ashley Jackson's right. 3rd and long. Here for the Scorps. Jackson, right side, picked off again by King Rashid. There's pick number 28. 8. Wow.
Are you thinking he has 28 interceptions already? Because it feels like through the first 3.5 games of this season that he's picked off, everybody and their mother and the baby. It's like taking candy from the baby, as you could say proverbially, from King Rashid. And again, swinging the momentum. Once again, the Rick meter probably going wild right now again.
Well, here's where I get 20 from. That's pick number 20 for King Rashid. 8 in the season, just extending that lead in the league as Christopher Dean. Nothing doing. Loss of a yard on that hefty hit. And we have to take a slight detour as we send it back to SFL headquarters for a game break.
Man, what a block here tonight in primetime, Tyler. Trellis Blanton to Paulie Truth slides into the end zone. Still in the first half, and the Nemesis back on top of the Lycans, 20-17. We've seen 3 lead changes in that one already. Back to you all in Arizona.
Thank you, Cam. Bill Cherrick on the most recent run gets the yardage back and a few more up to the Scorps 45.
And again, going to 3rd down territory here for Motor City. Did a really good job in the second quarter. Was 4 of 6 on 3rd downs, and they want to continue that trend here.
5 wide receivers on 3rd and medium. Creata under pressure over the middle. Wobbler nearly taken away by Iverson Gamble, but Motor City will have to punt it away. They cannot make anything out of the interception.
Yeah, and here was, the errant throw that I've been waiting for from Creata. Surprised that we only saw that in the 3rd quarter here instead of seeing it, late, early in this game that we, sometimes see on first drives. But it's definitely nowhere near a receiver here, but thankfully he wasn't picked off.
Last time John Pickles punted, he tried to go and be a little creative and try and do a fake punt. This time it's a traditional punt. And Ryan Owens gets it to the 18-yard line. Now comes Arizona back onto the field. Ashley Jackson's interception didn't go back to Hanum, but needs to get it off her mind. Already a couple interceptions tonight.
Yeah, it's been a very, unorthodox game from Ashley Jackson, and definitely need to shake something off. And, the only way that I think as a quarterback is to shake things off is, throw short incompletions, get 5 or 6 in a row going.
Offside's coming as Moses gets the call up the gut. He'll get about 5-6. The penalty will result in about the same yardage as R62 will get his first call of the night.
Neutral zone infraction, number 90, defense.
That's going to be on the defensive lineman, Nick Brummer, who's played pretty well today, all told, but the infraction costs his team a few yards.
Yeah, and overall, the defensive line has done pretty well to, just apply pressure to Ashley Jackson and force her into this unorthodox game of hers. But, you got to stay disciplined. And, first penalty of this game always is going to be neutral zone infraction.
And up the middle, Moses, and he'll pick up 5 more yards and a first down. If you're looking for a game summary, at one point, Motor City led 17-3 off the back of stout defending. Then Arizona decided to roar back with a quick touchdown, and a fake punt from Motor City led to a TJ Punk wide open touchdown in the back of the end zone, and that gives us our score line here, 17 apiece, with just over 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Offset eye behind Jackson as Moses continues to spin, picks up 3, tackled at the 32.
It was a very tough 3 yards as well because the Motor City defense was ready for Moses, but got to give credit to the blockers, including the receivers, giving enough open space for Moses to have a chance at getting some yardage there. Good job to get 3 out of that.
Ashley Jackson only 6 of 17, 35% completion percentage. Looking to add to it in the positive way, will, as the pass over the middle is caught by Connor Weston. That's an Arizona first down to the 47.
And it's all about confidence at this point for Ashley Jackson. You're having a little bit of a shaky game. You've got 2 interceptions, but you have that one caveat that you can always go back to, the big touchdown to Connor Weston. Hey, Weston's open. Why don't I throw it to him at this point? See if I can start heating things up on my end here with completions. That's a good start.
What's an offset eye behind Jackson. 1 wide receiver tucked in tight to the line, but they're going to go with the fullback. Justin Williams through the middle. Good 6-yard fullback dive for Arizona.
Yeah, what's been interesting is that through the first 3 games of this season, Justin Williams has only had 4 carries coming into this game. And now this is the first time that we've seen Williams really involved in this Arizona offense. Now 3 carries, 25 yards. He's averaging over 8 a clip right now.
Go back to the tailback. Moses through the middle, and they will give Moses the first down. Another close call from the line judge, but it'll move the chains for now unless Motor City has something to say about it.
Yeah, and right now Arizona's playing kind of that grit and grind kind of game. They realized that the time possession battle was greatly affected from Motor City's second quarter. Arizona only had the football for about 3.5 minutes in that second quarter, whereas Motor City had it for at least 6 or 7, and they want to get that time possession back.
Heavy set, ISO up the middle for Moses, getting out of a would-be tackle and getting to the 40-yard line, tackled by Nick Brummer.
Yeah, and again, it's just, pushing forward with the run right now, and I think right now just tiring that Motor City defense so that when they're ready to pass that football, it's not going to be any errant throws. It's going to be, an accurate throw to a wide receiver, and the corners won't be ready for it.
Safety Devin Leathers, the single high safety, as they try and do a screen pass for Moses. Great block on the edge. Gets Moses about 5 yards in total to the 35. They're now on the edge of Cliff Allen's field goal range.
Yeah, not only great blocking from the offensive line to, kind of entourage Moses' way, but it was a great cut inside from Moses as well to basically turn a net 0 into a net positive on that play.
This is where football games can be won, here in the trenches on 3rd and shorts. Offset eye behind Jackson with a wide out tucked in tight to the left. Stretch play, right side. Moses goes backward to the 39, and that is not what you wanted to see if you're an Arizona fan. For the Motor City V8s, however, a Matthew Holford tackle behind the line is exactly what you wanted.
We keyed in on Motor City's league worst 79% third down allowed percentage. But get this, Arizona's now 1 of 6 on third downs.
They have to punt it away. Glass Jaw tries to get an Arizona bounce at the 3, and it will just hop into the end zone down for a touchback. SFL action on Next Level Sports returns next Saturday with a Season 19 semifinal rematch between the Arizona Scorpions and the London Knights. Catch all the action on DirecTV channel 623, or for a complete channel guide, visit NLSE.com. Stay tuned for more programming. Words are hard. Stay tuned for more programming announcements. Next Level Sports, get more. Handoff up the middle. Christopher Dean gets about 5 as some of the linemen were just bullied there at the 20.
Yeah, but the thing is that they got bullied so much and opened up a hole for Dean to get past the first level of defenders to get those 5 yards. So great job from Dean to get that burst of speed forward and get those 5 yards.
Here's a heavy set from Motor City. They'll get a free 5 yards regardless of what happens here, as Dean cannot get anywhere. But it will be very close to a first down. I don't think they will give Detroit... I keep saying Detroit because of the uniform, but they'll try and give Motor City close to a first down yardage here after the 5-yard offside penalty going against Alex Constantine.
Yeah, and I think I agree with you there. I think it's going to be a 2nd and inches scenario here for Motor City, and I think it's going to be just a couple of inches. So I think just an easy, handoff to Bill Cherry could probably solve that and turn that to a quick first down for them.
What will be 2nd and inches from the 29 3/4 yard line. Middle and right outside linebacker show blitz. Handoff. Bill Cherry. First down. Motor City, as now it's becoming more of a scrum rather than an all-out fist fight.
I think this is the first time in my broadcasting career that I ever called a play correctly here. I said Bill Cherry handoff, quick first down for them. And what do we see? Handoff, Bill Cherry, quick first down.
Hey, Solberg Sadamas. Here we go again. What's they doing here? 5-yard drop back. Create a wide open left side. Is caught by Shane Kaufman, but he's laid out of bounds. It's a first down at Arizona's 45. Kaufman nearly had 6.
Yeah, that was wide open too. Again, that's the problem of maybe covering the flats a little bit too much. We saw that on Motor City when they allowed a TJ Punk touchdown earlier in this game, and now the flats paying to Arizona this time. It's just, as a shame if you're a Motor City fan that Kaufman couldn't stay in bounds to keep running it to the end zone, because that was wide open. Nobody would touch him.
Weak guy formation. They're going to look to pass out of it. Near side, caught by Bill Cherry. Quick turn upfield. That's a first down. Good footwork from Bill Cherry to move the chains.
Yeah, we don't see footwork like that from fullbacks in this league. Sometimes it's hard for them just, get a simple turn from inside to out. But Bill Cherry, with the wherewithal, seeing how close he was to the sidelines, just change the direction, make sure to get that first down. That's the key here for Motor City.
BH drive, gaining momentum. This the 6th play of the drive. Hand up. Christopher Dean gets a couple yards.
And it's just a couple yards, not too bad. It's kind of what we've seen so far in this game is, Dean not getting what he wants, but it's still positive yardage. It's what they can take away from this Motor City-wise. Yeah, Dean is averaging 1.5 yards per carry. It's been rough for him out there in this field, but he's getting positive yardage. That's the key thing.
Pressure coming down goes Creata again. David Tilley and Hunter Norwood combine on the sack.
Man, it has been sack city for both these teams here. Motor City has gotten to Ashley Jackson twice in this game. That is twice as many as Jackson's gotten in the first 3 weeks. And Creata has gotten himself sacked about 4 times in this game from this fantastic Arizona defense.
David Tilley now over 100 tackles for loss for his career. Deep shot, Creata. Eddie Gage and going back the other way. Eddie Gage with another interception to his illustrious career. Denies Motor City any more points. How many times? Twice tonight has Motor City marched deep into Arizona territory and not come away with points.
There's very few people that we consider ageless wonders. We think of guys like Tim Duncan. We think of guys like Dirk Nowitzki. And how can we ever forget the most ageless of ageless wonders in Eddie Gage, a man who literally died on the field multiple times for Arizona to win games, and he continues making impact moments for his team for so many seasons.
All-time leading pick number 98 of Eddie's career, and nearly given right back to Ashley Jackson, trying to pass it over the middle, tried to thread the middle, and couldn't.
That's tough. And again, it's just great work from this Motor City defense. I mentioned this in the first half. It's that, suspecting your players to be open and then be welcomed by 3 defenders trying to catch that football. And there you see it there. 8 of 20 is the result from Ashley Jackson. And it's just been a rough going, you have to say, in her eyes, and the fans here at Fatality Field.
Rough might not begin to label it all. 2nd and 10. Here for the Scorpions on their own 23. Pressure coming. Jackson hit as she throws. Great pressure from Palat. And it's 3rd and long.
Yeah, just about sacked for the 3rd time in this game, which is unheard of if you were coming into this game here. But that pressure from the defensive line of Motor City has been, bar none, the best that we've seen out of any team this week. You're talking about Vancouver only allowed 13 points against Minnesota with that stout defense. But I'd say Motor City has done a better job already here.
You're still trying to grind the knife in Axel Ravens and one of our statisticians' wounds tonight. Pass over the middle, double coverage taken away for the 4th time tonight. And this one might have a little chance to go back, but taken down hard is David Leathers. 4th interception of the ball game thrown by Ashley Jackson.
Again, it's just that deep, high-risk pass that Motor City has keyed in all games so far, except for maybe once in this game that it's been wide open. Motor City has had secondary players just in the vicinity of any deep pass in this game, and it falls into the hands of David Leathers. Like you said, 4th pick of the game. Motor City's cruising right now defensively.
And Bill Cherry, only a pickup of 2, and Ashley Jackson, you mentioned it earlier, but 8 of 22. Ashley Jackson, in comparison, Creata, 15 of 25.
Yeah, and 15 and 25 is respectable, in certain leagues. But right now, he has been the better quarterback of the 2. Again, another thing that I don't think anybody would have said coming into this game. But Motor City, they've got to repay the defense from giving them these opportunities by scoring. We're still deadlocked here at 17 apiece.
A lot of nothing here in this quarter. Pass over the middle to absolutely no one. Maybe Mihata, but just a little bit too high from Creata. 3rd and 8 now from the 31.
Yeah, that was a possibility for a catch if Azami Mihata was the same size as Andre the Giant. But it just way too high of a throw from Mihata there. And again, 3rd down. This is a huge 3rd down for Motor City and for Arizona, possibly to prevent points here.
Fatality Field getting furiously loud here as the dump off near side, caught by Clausen, and he can get nowhere else but the 27-yard line. Brings up 4th down. We might see our first points of the 3rd quarter.
And you know what? I think that was a smart play from Creata there, because you have to remember the last 3rd down opportunity that was a football pass was picked off by Eddie Gage. So you don't want to have that happen twice in 2 successful drives. So why not just settle it down, just find the open target. Doesn't matter if it's a 1st down or not, get the field goal unit out.
See nearly everything tonight as we almost see a blocked field goal, but a kick is up from Caleb Richards, and it's good from 44 to end the 3rd quarter. 20-17, V8s with the lead heading in to quarter number 4. Still a tight ball game, still anyone's ball game. We pause for station identification here in week 4 of the SFL. You're watching it right here on YouTube.
Of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Lots of 4s, 12s, 68s, and 86s up in the stands during the quarter break. Welcome back to Fatality Field. The hometown Arizona Scorpions are 3 points behind the Motor City V8s. And I'm Tyler Falk alongside Brett Solberg with Ron Hayes and Axel Raven in the stats truck back at SFL's headquarters is our commissioner and producer, Cameron Irvine, as Ryan Owens gets the return out to the 26 to begin the 4th quarter.
Yeah, this is a big chance for Arizona here. They need to, I would say, wake up offensively. The third quarter was very, very dry offensively for them. Just 40 yards of total offense. That is not going to cut it here in the second half.
Ashley Jackson needs to be more consistent in this clutch scenario. 8 of 22 with 4 interceptions. Looking into double coverage. Caught behind the defense. It's the third string tight end, Buster Douglas, for a first down inside Motor City territory.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody was expecting Buster Douglas to get behind the secondary like we saw there. And that was, that is trademark Ashley Jackson football throw right there. That is what we have been waiting to see throughout this game. She has been shaken by this Motor City defense, but now she finally gets a fantastic throw to Buster Douglas for a big first down.
Cut and flexed off to the right-hand side. That's Will Todd here in a 2 wide out I-form set. Quick drop from Jackson, looking over the middle into coverage. There's Will Todd with the completion. 2 tough throws for Ashley Jackson, and it's like she's back in the snow.
Yeah, and it was just right into the breadbasket of Will Todd as well. It's just perfect placement. It feels like, the adjustment between quarters helped calm herself down here. 2 great throws from Ashley Jackson.
I formation, 1st and 10. Here for Arizona, ISO up the middle. Moses with plenty of room to rumble, and he picks up 9 before being leveled by Mark Kuffman.
And now we're starting to see Arizona cook here, and it comes at the right time. Now down 3, what feels like Motor City has just dominated them defensively. They're starting to see bigger plays from their key players. This is great work from Arizona on this drive.
Short yardage situation means maybe some no-nonsense, hard-nosed football. I-form up the middle. Here comes Moses, but he can only pick up maybe half a yard. Great defense on display tonight. That one being led for Motor City, big old number 91, Mike Balot.
Yeah, and Balot has been, a rising X factor here in this second half. He's been involved in 2 key tackles here in this second half to stop opportunities again. Forces Arizona to a key 3rd down.
Might try and run back the same play. Indeed they do. Moses through the middle. This time gets through, but then pancaked at the 24-yard line. Got Cam from Irvine back at headquarters, reminding him of pancakes once again.
Yeah, and I had waffles this morning, and now you're making me want to have pancakes as a late-night snack here after I had some nice scalloped potatoes. But, making me hungry in the booth here, but Arizona's hungry to get some points on the board.
I know Tim Hortons has coffee. They got flapjacks up there, partner?
Possibly.
Jackson over the middle, and it's nearly hauled in by Weston, diving for it, but couldn't keep control.
Yeah, and that was, again, greatly precision throw from Ashley Jackson. Nobody would have caught that except for Connor Weston, but his hands just bobble it. Just an unfortunate time. Maybe it was just the presence of King Rashid, who's got 2 interceptions of his own, that might have alerted Weston a little bit here. But nonetheless, it's an incompletion. Run it back, 2nd and 10.
Only 3 points separates these 2 clubs. Jackson goes under center, I formation behind her. Passing play, left side, here's Moses, out of 1, trying to spin it away from 2 and cannot. Hannon there with the tackle after the pickup of 2 yards, and 3rd down upcoming.
Yeah, and they're definitely going to want this first down here regardless. But you have to think to yourselves, at the 22, they're well within Cliff Allen range, so it's not a bad idea if they want to go conservative. Maybe go for a check down pass and run option. They're going to go trips to the right here, a little bit wide trips here, but watch for that top receiver on the left here.
They don't need to force anything. We'll see what Jackson does. Back to pass, out route near side. There's Weston with the grab and the first down.
And you said it, partner. They didn't have to risk anything. They didn't have to go for pay dirt right away. Just focus on getting that first down. And that's all that out route was just a first down achieving out route to get open and cross that marker, move the chains, get another fresh set of downs.
Back out of formation, single high safety here from the 3-3 nickel of Motor City. Jackson back to pass, 4-man rush, left side open. It's TJ Punk with the catch, and he's in bounds. Touchdown, Arizona.
Now that could be debatable here. It's from this perspective, I think he's out of bounds. I think he's clear cut out of bounds. You got to throw that flag. That is, yeah, clear cut.
Brett Solberg saying clear cut. And we'll see as here comes R62 to take another look at this one.
Yeah, say again, it's just all about foot placement when it comes to end zone touchdowns. But once he catches that catch, he's got 1 foot clearly out of bounds. I have never seen a more out of bounds play than the out of bounds play right there.
Andrew O'Reilly, the head coach, gets the call correct, says R62. Incomplete pass. Take the touchdown and Arizona's first lead off the board for now.
Yeah, for now, though, Arizona has played really well on this drive here, and it's gotten themselves into red zone territory. So you have to watch out. This is far from over. You've got a heavy set formation out of this, so you might see a huge set of blocks here.
Handoff up the middle. Moses only able to maybe grab a yard before he's taken down. It's 3rd and 9. Another big third down upcoming for this offense.
Yeah, and if Motor City stops them, they're going to breathe a sigh of relief because they had a touchdown overturned against them, and now they possibly could stop them here on 3rd down, but 5 wide receivers this close to the end zone.
Might be going for it all. Here on 3rd down, Jackson, right side, caught, inbounds. That's Connor Weston, but it will be ruled out of bounds, excuse me. And so out comes Cliff Allen to potentially tie us up again.
Yeah, Motor City played it right. They were just worried about the end zone, prevention of any touchdown pass. And this time it's being challenged here. I don't think that's the right call. We'll have to see the replay here. That was a quick tic-tac play. But right now, in my eyes, that's incomplete.
What is Eddie Gage thinking at the moment? Is he thinking maybe I'm a little closer? Maybe I try and go for it on 4th down? Let's take a look.
Yeah, and again, when you come to placement here, that's close. That's close.
The dicey R62.
After review, the pass has been ruled complete.
They will rule him in bounds, Connor Weston. So it won't be 4th and 9, but maybe 4th or 3 or 4. Now it's a much more, understandable chance to go for it on 4th down, partner.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking here. Are they going to go for it on 4th down? Cliff Allen's out there now, so that might have been a waste of not a waste of a challenge. They still gained yards, and they didn't lose a timeout out of that. But, it feels like, a fruitless attempt out of that just to, have a closer field goal position for Cliff Allen on a chip shot.
Goes from a 27-yarder to a 22-yarder, and that's up and good, and we're once again all square, 20-20 here in Arizona. And we want to remind you that 8 p.m. Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. 8 p.m. Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, 8pmmusic.com. Guy Clausen on the return, looking to the right-hand side, is taken down at his own 24-yard line, and now at a tie ball game, 6 and a little over a half minutes to go, partner. Still a very nitty-gritty football game.
Yeah, and Arizona took a lot of time off the clock there. 4 minutes and 21 seconds was the time of their last drive there. So maybe Motor City, maybe warmed up a little bit, maybe cooled off now that they stayed in the sidelines too long. We'll have to see.
Oh, with a run up the middle, but Hunter Norwood denies that run of ever taking off. Bill Cherry does enough to get 2.
Yeah, and it feels like Cherry has kind of been the motion setter here for Motor City to start off certain drives. That quick handoff on a fullback dive that's resulted, some 8-9 yard runs here and there. But this time, like you said, just getting to the ankles of Bill Cherry to stop that for only 2.
Backfield here on 2nd down. They again go up the middle. This time it's Christopher Dean, and Christopher Dean goes backward as Hunter Norwood again in on the stop, this time behind the line.
Yeah, and Arizona this time forcing Motor City's hand once again. Ibrahim, are you going to throw that football one more time here? I think you are, if you've got 5 receivers ready to go.
5 wide, dime package for Arizona, pass middle, caught over the middle, outside the 40-yard line, down to the 41, go Shane Kaufman, another pickup, big pickup for him.
Yeah, and all Creator has needed throughout this game is just your receivers to be open enough. Just have an open pocket in front of him and behind him so they can get a nice pass thrown to the receiver, and that's worked out for him. Now 17 of 28, still above 60% completion percentage. That's what you want to see out of your quarterback.
Third reception of the ball game, targeted 8 times, but when he has caught those passes, he's made them into first downs. Brandon looking near side. That's caught by Christopher Dean. Christopher Dean upended by Sean Moore after picking up 5 yards as the clock continues to run.
You know, a very unsuspected swing pass to Dean there, as you saw trips to that same side of the field, and they all spread out wide. And you were thinking, oh, I don't know, the defenders might get to him at the line, but Dean did a good job to get himself 5 yards out of that.
Look at this. How many men in the box for Arizona as Dean gets the call? He gets about 4 yards as Arizona put nearly 10 men in the box.
Yeah, and I think they had both safeties, you know, approaching that box as well. It was just almost everyone down there, like they were knowing that the run was going to happen. But Motor City did a fine job in getting an open enough lane so that there's positive gain from a Christopher Dean run again.
Third and short from near midfield. Arizona looking for a desperate stop. Handoff middle, dragging defenders with Bill Cherry. It's a first down. Hunter Norwood just not strong enough.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do on 3rd and 1s here. You've got a big, or I should say small and strong fullback in Bill Cherry. He's going to push himself forward as much as he can, and 1 yard is all it needed.
Roberts backs off to 8 or 9 yards off the closest receiver. Brieda, swing pass to Bill Cherry out of the backfield. Bill Cherry, or check that Christopher Dean, nothing doing, only a yard for his troubles.
Yeah, he gets a demolishing from Parker Thomas there, was basically waiting for Dean, basically 5 yards past the line, behind the line of scrimmage. But nonetheless, it's still a gain of 1, and Motor City is going to say, hey, that's still a net positive for us.
Wideouts near side here on 2nd down. 8 men, check that, 7 men in the box. Here for Zona, and Christopher Dean can go nowhere, runs right into David Tilley, and Tilley takes him down.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen so much activity from a defensive line as such right now. We're talking David Tilley involved in 6 tackles. We're talking about Hunter Norwood involved in 8 of his own, including 4 TFLs. It's just been amazing work from this Arizona defensive line.
5 wide on 3rd and long. Corrado over the middle, tipped and picked by Arizona. And it's almost like an arm punt as Parker Thomas takes it away at the 22. And oh no, massive implications now as Orain Darby cannot get up under his own power.
Yeah, and we'll have to see what happened there. And you can see the catch, the throw was supposed to be aimed for him, maybe in between the tackle of trying to tackle Parker Thomas, may have, you know, stuffed something in his hand while going down. But that's a big loss for Motor City here. That's one of their key receivers. That means the tight ends are going to have to be a little bit more involved once they get back onto the field offensively.
Arizona's spurred to life now, potentially. 2:51 to go in regulation. Tied ball game at 20 apiece. Jackson over the middle, caught by good pitch and catch there to TJ Punk. And the first play from scrimmage on this drive gets them to the 35 and a first down.
And a tough route from Punk as well, because he had 2 defenders basically trying to cover that in route, which ended up happening. But Punk just gets ahead of his 2 guys that look to be Sabo Kanon coming in as that secondary defender. Just great work from Punk to get open.
I like King Rashid, 2 intercepts today. They might need to call his number once more on defense. They target his direction, but it's come behind the defense. There goes Ryan Owens inside the 10, 5, touchdown Arizona, and that is their first lead in a ball game, and it could come at a moment later.
And coming from a guy who has had no activity in this game whatsoever, 1 target beforehand. Now he gets his 1 catch, and what a huge catch that is to take the lead, 65 yards, Bye-bye. See you later. Arizona has the lead.
It's too late to say Eddie Gage's favorite ending line, but right now they're a touchdown ahead of Motor City. They're points ahead of Motor City for the first time all ball game, and now they'll have to rely on their defense with 2:17 to go. Cliff Allen attack home the extra point, safely up and good, 27-20.
Woo! It's getting sweaty up here in this booth, and it's not because we're in Arizona, folks. This has been a wild game from start to finish, and we still have 2:17 left on the game clock.
Still, anything can happen. Motor City playing their hearts out have really came out and surprised a lot of folks, but they need to do a little bit more to shock the Scorpions. Mike Clausen on the return. Tries to bully his way through the middle of the line, but can only get back to the 25-yard line as we quickly go to the West Coast in LA for a game break.
Thanks, Tyler. For the longest time, we had two 2020 ball games. Now yours is pulled ahead. Sully Richardson and the Lycans had to settle for a field goal thanks to that Catherine Horrell hit on Sully in the pocket. They are tied at 20. Once your game is over, head on over there for a thrilling finish. Back to you, Tyler.
Thank you, Cam. And yes, Arizona, I'm being politely reminded, was a field goal ahead way at the beginning of the ball game, but that feels like a completely different game from now, as the pass over the middle intended for Sweet Pea Kissinger is incomplete.
Oh, man, what a fantastic name. Sweet Pea Kissinger. I don't know if there's even a name pun for like a rival name that I can think of usually, because when I think of like rival names, I think of like Quag Mam. Oh, yeah, where's his rival Quag Mister? I can't do that for Kissinger.
Oh, buddy. You might want to stick to your day job instead of rhyming, but that was a good one. I'll tell you that much. The pass out to the right-hand side is caught by Phil Koss at the 30-yard line. Reminder that Orain Darby still has yet to make a reappearance as we hit the 2-minute warning. It's for what should be an exciting conclusion here from Vitality Field. Don't tab out just yet. Fatality Field getting loud maybe one last time. 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Creata looking to throw over the middle, off the helmet of Eddie Gage, incomplete. Big fourth down upcoming.
Yeah, if I know anything from Motor City, they're going to go for it. And I think we're going to see at least 4 receivers ready to go. And that'll be at least 2 tight ends as well. So be careful, Arizona. They're going to look to get maybe a long pass out of this. So be ready for essentially anything at this point. They're going 5 wide here.
Good news for the Motor City V8s. They have Orain Darby out in this play. 5 wide, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Creata looking over the middle into coverage. Not taken away, but it's a turnover on downs nonetheless. Skinny Washington with the biggest deflection of the ball game, and Arizona have the ball with under 2 to go.
Yeah, and look at the field position that Arizona is going to get. They're going to start at the 30-yard line of Motor City, and that is already in Cliff Allen range. So if they don't get any yardage out of that, they can stay safe in thinking they can still get some points out of this.
Corners creeping up onto the line as Arizona come out in a heavy set. And DJ Moses tackles. Oh! Bruce, Motor City recover!
What are we witnessing here, Tyler? A turnover on downs. Immediately, Arizona's first play, a fumble from DJ Moses. Unbelievable stuff from the Motor City defense. Breathing life to the V8s. Another chance on offense, Ibrahim.
King Rashid held back DJ Moses for Sable Cannon to come away and jar the ball free. I believe he was also the man who picked up the fumble as well. 1st and 10 for Motor City from the 33-yard line. Split backfield. Creata, pressure coming. Creata looking right side. Wide open is Koss, but under too much duress. Could not connect.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's just way too much pressure in Ibrahim's face at this point. He had a wide open Phil Koss on that 8-yard out route that we've seen in this game turn into 35 yards. And that was potentially going to be another 35 yards, but he overthrows him by 3 yards.
But backfield again, 3 wide receivers, 2nd down and 10 for Motor City. Grieta, near side, caught by Kaufman. He's dragged out of bounds after a gain of 6.
And it's just a safe play there. The deep receivers on the right side just didn't get open enough. Go with your check down option on the out route, get yourself 6 yards, and get out of bounds to stop the clock there. Now a $141, 3rd and 4, another huge 3rd down for Motor City.
They go 5 wide. 3rd and 4 from the 39. Grieta gonna look to throw. Pumps once. Norwood evaded the pressure. Grieta rolling and firing, but just fires it out of bounds. And we return once more to 4th down.
4th and 4 again. 2nd time in a row. We're at 4th and 4. Motor City needs to move this football here. And it was a smart play from Grieta to just throw that out of bounds because nobody was open. Pressure coming once again. And again, they're going 5 out.
3 to the near side this time. Minute 35 to go. Grieta pumps again. Pressure coming. Evades it. This time it's picked by Parker Thomas. And Arizona retakes possession to the arm punt.
Oh boy, this has just been one of those games that I will never forget here, Tyler. 4th down once again for Motor City. Grieta had to force a throw out of him, but this time it falls straight into the hands of Parker Thomas. And once again, we're talking about Arizona. They've got that split back formation again. I'd be careful.
Can DJ Moses hold on to the football this time? He gets the call. Wide open lane. Spinning away from tackles and finally mauled at the 45-yard line. A pickup of 7. And Motor City will call their first time out.
Yeah, and Motor City has to be smart here, at least on this next play, because that is a 2nd and short. That's not what they wanted out of this. The only thing they didn't want out of that was an immediate 1st down. So Motor City's defensive line has to step up like they have all game to get behind the line, push Arizona back as much as they can.
Offset I formation, 2nd and 3 here for Arizona after the timeout. The linebacker, Roddy Panati showing blitz. Here they come. Moses stretching forward. He's tackled a yard from the sticks. 3rd and 1. The Eights call their 2nd timeout.
Yeah, really close to a 1st down there. Looked like Moses probably got the 1st down, but it looked like his knees dropped 1 yard behind the line. So great job for Motor City to get 1 stop. Now they need 1 more to get themselves a chance because they're outside Cliff Allen range. So they need 1 stop, punt the football back, and they've got a chance.
I formation. They go up the gut with Moses. Moses can't get there.
They stopped him. Wow.
Motor City call their 3rd and final timeout, and the Scorpions will have to punt.
Wow. Huge again from this Motor City defense, just breathing 1 more bit of life to this offense, now forcing Arizona to punt this football away, and it'll be all in. Oh, look at this.
They might go for it. High formation. They will. Moses through the middle. He gets it. Oh, 1st down. And some pizzazz on 4th down. And finally, good night. Drive home safely.
Man, what a beautiful play call. We were thinking up here in the booth for sure. I didn't think Eddie Gage was going to call a run on 4th down, but that was the perfect time to do it. Just outside of Cliff Allen range, they just needed a yard. Fantastic play call. It is game over. Arizona can breathe a sigh of relief. They're now 4-0.
And partner, we can take a little bit of a relax to close out this football game. A little bit of R&R. I am winded. I am tired. And it's not just because I called 2 games tonight, but partner, this has been a fantastic football game. GG's all around. Motor City, I think, have impressed quite a few people tonight.
honestly, I don't think you could have written a better script for this game at all. You're talking about, Arizona starting off well, starting off the game with a field goal, and then all of a sudden the second quarter hits and Motor City turns up another gear. 17 unanswered, and then it was just this back and forth the rest of the way. Fantastic work from both teams. Congratulations to Arizona.
Ron Hames sums it up better than else. OMG, I'm spent. 27-10, Arizona.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. And looking at the stats, it just feels like it was turnover city. And while it was turnover city, 9 turnovers between both of these teams, there was some big defensive plays from both sides there. And I give a huge amount of credit to the Motor City defensive line. They stepped up in the biggest way that I've seen them in the last 2 seasons. I don't think they've had a better performance than this year. We're talking about key interceptions, 4 of them, 2 from King Rashid and 1 from Leathers and Kane Vasquez. And you're talking about key tackles for loss, 6 of them between everyone, and getting to Ashley Jackson twice to shake her to start this game. All those sacks came in that first half and resulted in Jackson having a really, really shaky start to her game. And that was the key to keeping Motor City in this game, and they stayed in this game for 43.5 minutes. They could not get back, unfortunately, and Arizona survives this one. But great job, Arizona. You're 4-0. You lead the division wholeheartedly, and you're back to form.
Eddie Gage with a $10 super chat. Arizona, I love y'all! Game balls to David Tilley and Hunter Norwood. I could have summed it up better myself, Eddie. The defensive line, the catalyst tonight. Her defense forcing a couple of the bad throws from Creative, but it wasn't all Creative's fault. The defense created opportunities and got in the way of the offense. And just like that, a nice pass for Ryan Owens did it. 27-20, your final here from Fatality Field. Arizona remains unbeaten to face the now 3-1 London Knights after their loss earlier this weekend, right here in Fatality Field. And the V8s will travel to Las Vegas, who beat the London Knights earlier this weekend. And so, partner, Eddie Gage gave out his game balls. But honestly, 4-0 start for the first time in Scorpion history. Fantastic job for Arizona. The player of the game chosen by the pundits is Ashley Jackson. 14 of 30, a sub-50 completion percentage with 3 touchdowns. But more crucially, that last touchdown to Ryan Owens. For my partner, Brett Solberg, and statisticians Ron Haynes and Axel Raven, and the commissioner, Cameron Irvine, I need to take a lie down. Maybe you guys need to as well. Thank you, Eddie Gage. It's time to say goodnight. We'll see you tomorrow for the Monday Night Paul and Cam Spectacular. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Boo!